Yeah, buona dimineața. Good morning, everybody. For this morning, I want to speak with you about different things, what we can do, or the importance of a right selection of varieties and rootstock. Very often we see very nice pictures and people who speak about their varieties. But I think in this lecture, I will be doing in the center what will be the effect of a good selection in this one. And so we see the different conditions, but that is the experience what I could find as we cooperated in the last years, that we have any conditions similar, not the same, but similar, because my station, it's in the federal state, Rheinpfals, in the southwest part of Germany. And this area is one of the driest regions in Germany. And so we have more or less similar conditions, not the same, but similar. And a part of our results can also abroad we have the same experience with the varieties. What I could see here was the experiences from in the German part. What we will see this time is, or I will show you at first an overview about the different influence factors of the varieties, and after that to look for the to show you any samples of rootstock and varieties. And I've seen Andre has more or less the same juice of varieties to show you, so we can go forward. And more important for me is to show you what we do when we make our research work on the field and collect the data for a lot of years. And after that, we make an evaluation and we bring this experience, these results in our advisory service. That's my job for the federal state. And that is what you can use also. So first, a small overview to see what is the situation. In the center, we see the variety selection. That's the main point, and it influences different other things. So like the market, you should not only start with the variety and look what can we do with it. I think the first view should go on the market to see what is the demand, what needs the market, in which ripening time have you a good chance, good economy for your varieties, and then you decide for early, medium, late ripening variety. You should check if the market is open for storability, for stored fruits. That's important for the stone fruit, of course, and you have to decide that you have varieties which are able to store. The most of the stone fruit varieties are not able for storing. So that is one of your decision when you have the markets for it. And also the quality. When you have a market chance to sell big fruits for a high price, so use it. And then you have to choose for varieties with a big fruit size. But if it isn't, you can look for varieties. They have other good features, like in the regularly high crop or very firm fruits and so on, or resistant fruits, what we have heard from Andre. So that's one point, the market. Also, it's important to look for your location. It's one of the most important things to look where the plants are going in the ground. Location means you have an influence of the situation for frost, for hail, for the heat, but also for disease. When you have a heavy soil and sometimes water lodging in the soil, you have the problem that the trees can die too early because of bacteriosis. And economy is also an important thing. For the economy choose for the varieties, you have the influence for the picking performance. So some varieties you can pick very early, very fast, and other more slowly. But the picking performance is important for your costs, and so for your economical balance of your work for the year. So yield, picking performance, and also disease tolerance, that what is very important. When you lost your trees in the first years, they cannot produce fruits, and you have not a good economy. So the variety and rootstock selection is also makes an influence for the economy. I've spoken too much. That's the single things. In this table, this slide, you can see the influence of different disease, viruses, and phytoplasmosis, the effect on tolerant varieties, but you see the effect on the yield reduction could be very high. So you see not too much symptoms, and you see yield, but when you look for the yield for the years, after the average of the year, you can have a reduction around about 50–60% of the yield you can lose when the trees are infected in the first years by virus. Lumppox or blue necrotic ring spot in cherries. So it's possible that you can have a big reduction in your productivity of the orchard. So the other things we have spoken about, yes. So other part, economy, what I want to add to this point is to look that you have this, at first for a high yield, regular yield. That's important for your income production on a high level. And that means in stone fruit, it's only few varieties are soil fertile. And you need the pollinators and the combination of pollinators. I think we have spoken in the past about, and that's important for your regularly, continuously productivity. And one point more is to start with healthy plant material. That's so easy to say, but when the plant material isn't available, it needs a big task to receive healthy plant material. When you start with healthy plant material, it's easier. That trees, the orchard established, and then you can work with the trees for a long time. But if it isn't, you have to get a heterogeneous orchard, and it's not so easy to have a good yield, a regular yield, and on a high level for the next future. Okay, look for any samples, and I want to show you any varieties that are now established in the practical orchards in Germany. I think a part of them could be also of interest here. From the early ripening varieties, one of them is Green 3.1. It's special because the license is protected, and it needs more effort to bring the variety in your orchard or bring the variety to Moldova. So you need a higher number of plants, and you need a special contract, and the cost for the license is also, I think, around about 3 or 4 euro per tree. But the performance of this variety is very good. The ripening time is more or less 1 week after Bourlade, and ripening time of Belize. But the benefit of this variety is continuously production every year and good quality. So we see the fruits are in troubles. but the fruit size, firmness, and so on is on a high level, and it's also not so sensitive for cracking. And that was the reason that this variety is one of the most planted varieties in the early ripening season. And this time of the ripening season is also the beginning of the main season. Another is Felicita. We have Andre told about the variety. So we see it also as a very interesting new variety. We had good experiences in this ripening time, 1 to 2 weeks before Cordia. And Fertil is more or less a concurrence variety, also a little bit closer in the ripening time before Cordia, 1 week or only a few days before Cordia. It is very productive varieties with good quality in firmness, in size, very homogeneous food quality. One point is the tree healthy. On the dry area is not a problem to work with it, but we have experiences from regions with more rainfall. In this case, we have the problems that the tree healthy is not perfect. Sometimes we have tree loss by Pseudomonas. We haven't seen in our trials, but it could be a problem when you have a location in valleys or with a heavy soil. I think this variety is not the best for this location. It needs more or less a dry area, a dry irrigated area will be the best for it. But very economical variety at all. Kamala is also known described by Andre. We see it also for a variety with continuously yield with good quality. It is not the premium size, so we found it's a big fruit, around about 28 millimeters, but you cannot have too much fruits more than 30 millimeters. So, but every year you can have the fruits. It works very continuously, and you can have every year the yield. So I think it's one of the most interesting new varieties what we can have in the last time between Cordia and Regina. And final 12.1 is a variety. It's in the same serial what I showed you at first is a 3.1. It's from the same breeder and the same license conditions. But final 12.1 is interest because the ripening time is after Regina, and it's also very good, high quality. It's a self-fertile variety and late blooming, so they can also use for pollinator of Regina. So this combination will be very good, and you have a ripening time after Regina. Regina in the past stops our season, and now we can prolong the season with this variety, and we expect in the next future one variety more from another breeder. That means 2 to 3 weeks after Regina. Mostly in mid and end of July. Okay, the same in the plums. We have not spoken about, Andre, about the varieties, and so we have now the same. Sorry for that. Judica is, I think, one of the most interesting in early ripening time. We see the production is very good, on a high level, not in the first years, but after establishment in the 5th, 6th year, we have a regularly high yield production. And we have only a problem that we can see when we have big temperature differences and we go in a heat period after a cool period in before. In this time, we can have any deformations, any problems on the skin. And the same is when the fruits are coming overripe. we have also the problem that deformations can start. Not every year, it's only from 10 years we have seen it for 2 times. But it can be possible that you can see this damages, but in the most of the years we have a good function, and for us it was the reason that we substitute the traditional variety Fatinka with this variety Indica. And Augustina was also described by Andre. We think it's a very good variety, works also in frost years. We can have fruits also when other varieties have no fruits. Augustina works. Top taste, same. I think we'll go forward. Yoconda, nothing news, and True Blue. That was a surprise of the last 2 years. The variety is new for us. We have not so much experience. It's very young. But the first step, what we can see is a tree easy to manage with upright branches, and the variety or the fruits looks very good in a medium to big fruit size, and it's very stable in the late season, so we can pick them for more than 1 week from the same trees. So it's very stable and also good for storage. You can do different things with it for fresh consumption, for processing. So the stone excision is perfect. And so I think it's, for me, it's one of the most interesting varieties what we have in our results in the last years. And the tolerance against Charka is also very high. It's not resistant, but high tolerance. And for the most of the situations, it's enough. So we look for the evaluation. So that means, we took all data together for long years. And when we show at first for an overview about main varieties on the left side and different other varieties that we can add the holes in the first line. Different varieties, I will not name all varieties now, but I will show you the tables of different varieties in the early ripening season. And it's like an ample structure, green, yellow, and red, and different performance like size, firmness, the stable fruit set, or tree healthy, frost tolerance, license availability. I think that will be also interest. Pardon? Okay, sorry. I give you an overview about this simple slide to see where's the benefit, what is good, what is not good, are there critical points or not, and you have to. It should be helpful for your decision. It depends what do you need. Do you need tree healthy at first, or firmness, or big fruit size, or what else? And then I think, or I hope it's easier for you to decide. The same in medium ripening varieties. I think you can have the chance to have these slides. So you can do it at home to look at this table and to look where are the benefit of different varieties, because it's the same with the latest one. You see the Regina in the middle of the left side, and but it's not the last. We have more varieties for finishing the season. And more or less the same in plums. We have not so much varieties in the first list because the added varieties, every time they have different problems, sometimes with Charka sensitivity, other side with regulatory productivity, or different other things. And so that means that we have only a part of them in the left side as standard, as a universal variety. And Charka resist instance, you can see on this variety, Moni, Yoganta, Yoyo, Resi, and other one is Herrenberger. It was protected variety, but now it's available for everywhere, and you can use also Herrenberger in the late season, in the ripening time, more or less 1 week before Resenta. So after standing, that means. And you see the same slide from the early group, medium, and the later one. And that's the end. You see True Blue, Top and Blue Presenter, and a lot of green lines, green points for True Blue. So that means the variety is really interest and have any benefit in comparison to other varieties. Okay, so I want to come to the conclusion, and that means when I look about the variety rootstock selection, I think the first point should be to note the demand of market, the economy of production, and the local conditions of production. And I hope you find a way for evaluation varieties and rootstocks in your country, not only in the practical orchard when you have it on a lot of hectares. The better thing is to have different points in the area that you can check the new varieties if they are really adapted for your production. And second point is to combine the different things what you use and to adapt the variety rootstock juice for your demand, for your needing, what it's needed for your company. And the last point is to look for a good decision for the economical orchard system and for the organization to optimize all labor influences, because that means the big influence of your income when you can well organize your labor costs. So I hope you could do anything with this advice, and thanks very much for your attention and interest what you have to say, to comment or to ask after this lecture. Thank you very much.